Hey guys, I hope we're all doing well. We're here with another Pick a Stack reading, and I wanted to create a sort of spread where, sometimes we have too much time as we feel it to be able to talk. And sometimes it's not necessarily the more talking the better. So I wanted to create this spread that sort of eliminates the sort of guesswork. I want to imagine a sort of space where, let's say that you're just just about to step away from someone. You have just one last little minute to say something to them, and they've got one last minute to say something to you. What would that conversation look like? And we're going to pull one single charm for each we'll say side of the story, and we'll sort of get some insight into what if they literally, let's say you're getting on an airplane and you're in the terminal in the airport, and they see you've got to catch your flight. They have one thing to tell you. What are they going to say? So we're going to have 5 stacks here. Oh, thank you for tuning in. Here to you, and we're going to pull here. This is stacks. We've got some lovely backdrop binaural beats playing. This happens to be all 7 chakras, peaceful healing meditation music, crystal singing bowl, flute and water series by Inner Lotus Music on YouTube. Beautiful. Let's get into it. So stack 1. If they were literally watching you're about to catch a flight, and they wanted you to know one thing, where were we? For some of you, I feel like this person doesn't want to see you leave. That's for sure. Let's get your side of the story. What would you say? What would you say? I got it. There might be something that needs to be communicated about. It may be a very specific sort of bit of information. Let's get into the next stack. You're running. They see you. What's the one thing they would tell you? I dreamt I was falling in love with you, and they didn't have enough time to finish that thought, I guess. Okay. Well, but they definitely would try, it seems, to try and tell you that there are emotions. I'm hearing this. If you had one thing to tell them, that Jay Holiday. Well, I looked at the lyrics after I felt guided to write this on these little charms I made, but little cards, mini cards. I didn't know the lyrics, really. I went and I looked it up after we sort of drew this out, and yeah, go look it up. It's interesting. Maybe somebody here, there is definitely a memory. I'll say that. So, third stack. Someone sees somebody in an airport. They see they're about to get on their flight. They have one thing to tell them. One thing. Well, it's okay, but it's not over. Whoops. Yeah. Ooh. Okay, they might be feeling a little bit hurt. I'm hearing maybe a little stubborn possibly as well. Let's clear the energy and ground. If you had one thing to tell them, what would you say? Clear your mind. There could be some tensions here with the third stack. Maybe it left off on a little bit of a note last time you interacted with them, possibly. So, okay, let's get into the fourth stack. They had one thing to say. Oh my god, this is... Hasta la vista. What do you want me to do? It's the charms. Let's continue. What would you say? I'm laying there missing you. There could be actually a miscommunication possibly with this fourth stack. Maybe someone just kind of assumed that you're not interested in them. I'm hearing that as well. Let's get into the fifth stack. Hopscotch. What would you have to say to them? Teleportation. Ooh, I feel like there's not a lot of communication that is open and verbal here with the stack. This could actually be a spirit guide. Maybe this is something more of even an imaginative sort of energy space, we'll say. Something that definitely has a side to it. Interesting. Okay, let's expand this. Why don't we? if this person were to not take that flight and remain, based on what we've heard, let's see if what they would say and how the conversation would go from there. And this could be something metaphorical. If you were maybe so called to give somebody another chance, or if you were to continue a certain conversation, or continue a certain connection, how would it theoretically go? Cats or dogs on the first stack from I Got It. I feel like there's a lot of love here with this first stack. Like, you would want to definitely see, like, how could we make it work? On their end, where after they said, where were we? The lily pads and frogs are the same. I feel there's a lot of hope here. There might be trouble, though, when it comes to the practicalities. Possibly there is a factor here that is material, financial. The vision, the dream is definitely there. I feel like, you're very much on possibly even the same wavelength at times when it comes to what you dream of, even in relation to one another, about one another. But there's something that you're both maybe realizing or wanting to manifest in order to, or you feel like it's necessary to manifest something, in relation to the space to make the most of it, we'll say. Now, further, one more card here, leading out, is anything but popcorn, leading out of the cats or dogs. Yeah, I feel like this is a very Jupiterian connection, actually. Like, there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of love. There might be, though, a sort of existential question, I'm hearing, crisis, or even, or let's clear it, even a context. Yeah, it's maybe actually the physical place. Like, maybe you live far apart from this person, and on their end it says gain. So it might be something financial, maybe it's an age thing, even, or maybe might not be mature yet, or mature enough to handle this connection, and they know that, possibly. They feel that maybe they need something to be able to accommodate the storyline, possibly. Now, if the conversation were to continue from Bed J Holiday, and I dreamt I was falling in love with you, and, let's see, Bed J Holiday, look at you. I feel like someone is definitely not willing to make sacrifices here. They don't want to play games. Like, if they've had an experience with you, or if somebody has an experience with a certain space, they had a certain experience, and I feel that they are looking at it as that. They're definitely not going to forget that, and they're going to want to sort of maybe even talk about that. Looking beyond, look at you, we see on the wall. I feel someone maybe they would definitely want to know, like, have you matured? Has this expanded beyond what it was in the past? Moving from I dreamt I was falling in love with, I'm here in Florida. I dreamt I was falling in love with you, and I see someone running up to somebody with flowers even. I'm seeing that. Okay, anyways. I dreamt I was falling in love with you, and for some, let's say, if this person, Bed J Holiday, gave them, one more minute, okay, yeah, all right, I'll hold the plane up. and what? What would they say? I'm coming. Okay, so this person, they don't want to see you move on. There could be a focus on social media here. Maybe they see you on your social media. Like, they like your attention. I'm hearing that as well. Literally, guys. The second card is choose me. Okay, so it's like, they don't want you to, like, forget about them. I'm feeling that. Let's continue from the third stack. Clear your mind, and, well, it's okay, but it's not over. Let's say that, you so-called gave them another chance to at least explain, communicate. What would it sort of lead from, well, it's okay, but it's not over? Ed Sheeran on playback. I feel like there's a side of the story that you don't see. They definitely have passion here. They are not communicating, I feel, everything they're feeling. They might be bottling stuff up here as well, in a certain sense from time to time. Let's pull further on Ed Sheeran on playback, obviously. So, interesting. They may not be the best at communication, or they may not have communicated what really as what was as they felt it. Maybe they felt like there was something conflicting, even like maybe they felt something but they couldn't tell you it. Like, they didn't, and for whatever reason, come through with what they were really experiencing. Now let's pull on Clear Your Mind, Saturn. Ooh, somebody may have actually the Saturn just fell on the Clear Your Mind. Somebody may have actually blocked somebody, or a constriction of the throat chakra. Like, and again, it could be a misunderstanding, but I feel like someone just, they had a very clear impression of something and they were not going to be looking over it again. Pressure, passion. Maybe it was too much attraction at a certain point, too much interest, too much volume. I'm hearing that as well in the hair. Interesting. Of the discussion. Take it as you will. It's just like, maybe it was a matter of trust. Let's clear it and ground and continue to the fourth stack. I'm laying there missing you and hasta la vista. So, let's pull on I'm laying there missing you. If you were to further engage, what else? It's too early for art. I feel somebody let someone go and they're still missing them, but they actively were the one who let them go. Maybe there was something fundamental that didn't work out. It could actually be like something related to even their schedule. It's like, it just doesn't work kind of vibe is what I'm hearing. It's like you want to take this class, but you can't. It doesn't work with your schedule kind of vibe. Let's pull one more off of that. Whiteout. So I feel like somebody's trying to kind of like, they don't want to focus on this. They don't want to think about it. I feel like someone has moved on from a space in the sense of saying, they're kind of thinking, well, if it's meant to be, it'll happen. Let's move into it's hasta la vista. Would they engage in communication? I'm shy, but only around you. I feel this might be a misunderstanding for some. Like, I feel that definitely, like, there was no communication. You're first. Yeah, I feel like somebody maybe feels like, yeah, it didn't fully manifest. Let's pull into that fifth stack. Teleportation. Allowance. And permission. Wow. Very transcendental. Okay, very, very, like, I feel like you, again, talk without talking when it comes to this connection. Hopscotch. Let's pull further. A while. Yeah, this might be somebody actually in ether or an energy that you dream of or you speak to, but in a meditative state. Neptune. Wow. Leading into a while. Yeah, I feel like there's something related to your time traveling in this connection, I see. Love and light to you guys. Thank you for tuning in. It may even be the kind of thing where it's like, hey, when we're farther apart, we're actually closer together. Take it as you will. Love and light to you guys. I'll see you in the next videos. Feel free to hit the like if you liked this video. If you enjoyed it, there's some content there of use to you. In some way, some insight on your journey of spiritual expansion. And you finding ultimately with yourself, right? Soul satisfaction. So this is ultimately a point of reflection. We can say, right, you with you. How is it that you find your sense of contentment with your story here on Earth? Bye, you guys.